Alright, man, so we got this 980, and these videos are pieced together because you just can't film the whole time. And what's happened is that I've lost the initial footage. I must have deleted it or something. Shit happens. This is a 980, and we're going through it, and we went through it, and now I'm going to show you the final product. Okay? So basically, here we go. I'll back this out. Alright, so out there in the back, you put a protection diode. We added a cap for filtration. We went in and we upgraded the caps. We grounded out the crystals. Okay. We re-greased the final and all the transistors, which you'll see coming up real soon when I had it apart. Like I said, I'm just remaking this from the beginning. In the future, I'll make sure not to lose my video. But I wasn't going to go in here and take it all apart just to make videos. That's stupid. So, the 3 transistors that are underneath that bracket were also re-greased. You could probably see some of the gray heatsink compound. Larger filter cap in the back, right there. And then we came in, did some caps. All the caps that have orange dots on them were changed. Let me see if I can get underneath there. Those 3 were not changed. That's okay. But there you go. All the caps with orange dots were changed. They're not many. They're not many in this radio, and if they don't need to be moved out, like sometimes this is glued down, guys. But there's 3 caps. Let me see if I can turn this radio. There's 3 caps, 1, 2, and 3, right next to this heavily safeguarded piece of hardware, ROM. Anyway, so what you need to know is key caps were changed, all your crystals were grounded. Your clarifier, let me see if I can get it in there. See those little white nubs? Some people take them out. I leave them in there. I just cut them short so they don't short out. This way, if you really, for some oddball reason, wanted to put it back to stock, you could. Well, they were clipped for the clarifier mod. The radio was peak and tuned. And I'm actually going to show it to you now. I'm going to show it to you now. There was a noise toy obviously installed. I'll let you hear it. Right, Woody Woodpecker. As per your request. Here's the dummy load. We are on the 10 watt scale. We are in AM. Okay. About 3 watts. Very little swing. Very little swing. The radio, this 980, man, it's a little funky, a little weird. But that's a good thing in a way, because now that we're in lower sideband, LSB, there you go. Okay. I'm going to show you some 10 watt scale, still. Oh, what's that? 100 watt scale. So you'll be reading the middle scale now. Let me turn that talk back off. There you go, about 15 watts. Oh. Okay. That's an important thing because I know you're a sidebander. Anyway, let me back this camera out a little bit. I'm going to go back to AM. And I'm going to turn the lights off. And I'm going to show you something very nice. We're back on AM. I don't know what kind of justice this camera is going to do with the scope, but let me see if I can somehow film it for you. Maybe at an angle. How the hell do I turn this light off? Can I maybe put my finger on it? Yeah. How about that? I put my finger on it. Alright, here's your scope. Oh. 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 Now, I'm whistling in because I want you to see top peaks, okay? Because I know it's very difficult to see it. Here we go. Oh. If you notice, we're going right over the 90, just above it. Just above it. Watch again. And we're just touching that 100. Watch again. All right. We'll be back. All right. So we're back. I know I had to rush it just before, but now I got a little bit more. What was happening was the camcorder was dying. There you go. There's your spread. Okay. We are on AM. Okay. And here's your spread. Oh, could be a little better. Yeah. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, 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 oh. See that? No flat topping. In the center of the line. If it was way over modulating, it would glow real bright in the center line, in the center division line. But there you go, man. I know a lot of people may not understand the scope, which is cool, you know. But for those of you who do, you'll be able to tell very quickly. That we're not overmodulating. We're just under the 100% mark. And that's a beautiful thing. Now, let me turn this light back on. Okay. We're still on the dummy load, actually. We're still on the dummy load. And what we're going to do is so on the 100-watt scale, okay, on the 100-watt scale, audio, oh, you can't see it. Let me turn the light. Let me back out. Nice and fat and juicy and round. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come off the dummy load. We show it to you on AM one more time. It's a beautiful thing, guys. It really is. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I've shown it to you on the scope. I've shown it to you in the dummy load. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook up these speakers in line. These meters in line. Most of us are most familiar with them. And I'm going to show you that. But, you know, very quickly one more time, you know, there's your caps, clarifier mod, noise toy, diode, your peak and tune, and we'll be right back. Alright, man, check it out. So I pulled forward your final there, and it's pretty surprising actually. I don't know if you can really take a good look in there. Let's see. Where is it? You could see in there, it's pretty well greased all the way down. Pretty nice actually. Alright, so I was kind of surprised at that. And then I want to show you some. Here are the other transistors here. See the one furthest to the left. It's greased, but if you look down in there, you'll see the lower left-hand corner really was missed. Then the center one, look at the wall. There's nothing there, man. That's from the factory. Okay? And then the last one, all the way to the right, that one, it was also pretty well greased. But I'm going to re-grease all of them. And just so you know, I like to use the gray grease. And the reason why I like to use it is it's different. So, excuse me. If I tell you that I re-greased your finals or your transistors, and you look and you find gray grease, then you know I did it. because it won't be white. Okay? Alright, we'll be back. Alright, man. So, I don't know if you could tell, it's a little blurry, but it's been greased. I pulled it, I put it back, screwed it back down. I gotta clean it up just a little bit more. You know, just make it a little neater. But also in here, I put it back. Let me see if I could lift it somehow. You could tell. Okay. It's in there, greased up. There goes some, the Q-tips there that I wiped off the excess with. And that's it. So, let me see. We greased the transistors. I grounded out your crystals, right? Even back there, I grounded it out on the side. To the SWR board, to the crystal. You got a diode, and you got a capacitor in, larger capacitors. All the capacitors with the orange dots, as I mentioned earlier, have been upgraded. Now we're just going to dial it in, tune it down and peak it up, and see if we can get your noise toy in here, and call it a day. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, buddy, so your tuning is done. I'm going to take you channel 1 AM. Okay. Oh. Alright, that's on a Dozy, and I'm sorry, that's on a PD 600. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to hook it up to the dummy load, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we're back on the dummy, we're on the dummy load now, right, there's the dummy load. You are on a 10 watt scale, which is the bottom scale. The radio is an AM. Okay, gonna go to lower sideband. We're keyed now. Pretty well balanced, if you ask me. All right. I didn't show you the sideband on the Dozy. So let me remove it from the dummy load, and let me hook it up back in line to the Dozy. Okay, turn it back on. Alright, we're still on channel 1. lower sideband. You're reading the bottom scale. What you're hearing in the background clicking is my foot warmer. And alright, let me lower this volume. Oh, just so you know, I'm going to go back to AM real quick. Sorry. Alright, so we're back in the AM mode. It's channel 1. Because sometimes, you know, there's naysayers and whatnot. So we're in set. Okay. Okay. And we'll be back when we hook it up to the fancier tools now. I could inject a tone too if I want to. You know what? Let me do that because whistling. Let me see if I get both those in the picture. There you go. I'll inject a tone for you. Alright, we'll be back. Alright, so the radio now is hooked up to the meters, which most of us own, commonplace. Alright, so here we go. I'm going to set the SWR. Alright, it's under 1.5, looks like 1.3 to me. Okay, I'll get you in closer. You set the modulation. Okay. So, we're on channel 1, AM. Okay. You start off with the dozy up there, the frequency counter. Okay. And here's your SWR. We are on the 10 watt scale. AM, which is the bottom scale in the red. Nothing crazy, right? Oh. Okay. Then we're going to go with a modulation. And here's the difference. You're going to see it now between a scope and a modulation meter. But just so you could really see it, I'm going to go back into the set. And I'm going to key the mic. Okay. Now, I'm going to go back to mod. I'm going to key this mic. Oh. Oh. Yet on the scope you saw something else. Understand what I'm saying? It's a little different. The difference between having the radio scoped out, and there's a difference between having something like what you see in front of you. Two different instruments. One's more precision than the other. I mean, I could sit there and I could put a screwdriver inside the meter case and make it do whatever the hell I wanted to do. But then I would be fucking with the meters, which is not part of my MO. I want you guys to be able to really understand what goes on and some of the differences. I mean, even the frequency counter up here, you know, it's spot on for the radio. It's good for like a mobile application or whatnot, give you a roundabout. But if I was to decide to hook up a real frequency counter, that one might be off 1 or 2. You understand? Maybe even 3 or 4. You know, guys, there's a bunch of tools here. You know, there's a spectrum analyzer. There's a function generator up there. There's a decibel meter there. There's a dummy low with a gauge on it. You know. There's another one of my tools up here. Modulation meter. You know, that particular thing, this particular meter, is much more precise than this meter. Two different animals. But because this particular radio, this model, it's dead nuts and bolts from the factory. You know, it really is. Uniden, this is like the poster child for the FCC. Uniden built this radio in such a way where I've come to believe for myself that even though the sideband side will give you a full 12 to 15 watts, the AM side, to be frank with you, I've never seen it. I've done about 6 of these radios. I've never seen it cross like the 6 to 8 on the wattage on the AM. Never. This particular radio, I'm very happy with it. As you can see, the needle on the modulation on the right hand side, it's very responsive. And the AM wattage, it's about 3.5. You saw it on the dummy load as much less. You know, that dummy load, it reads very similar to the bird meter. Get it? Bird meter. Haha, I made a funny haha laugh. Anyway, gentlemen, and Mr. Queens County, you asked me not to put your handle out there or your name. I'm just going to call you Mr. Queens County. That's it, man. This radio is what you asked of me, the best of my capabilities. It's been scoped like I told you I would do it. And I think you're going to be very happy with it. Very happy with it. Your noise toy is in, as per your request. And I'm just going to neaten this up a little bit. Oh, one more thing you guys don't see is that there's a mod that I put on the speaker, and you can see down there. Small little mod. What that does is it cuts off some of the high peaks in the receive. A lot of us, you know, that hash and trash sound, it tweaks us. It's pretty quiet.
Alright, what's going on now?
There you go.
Oh, just wait.
Let me see if I... There you go.
Alright.
See that? Let me go to the... Let me go up to the Super Bowl.
Thank you, I sure thank you, bye. 041, somebody. Superman, they cranked it. Maybe you just cranked it.
All right, and then I'm gonna do one more.
Sound like to me you don't need no more. Answer the phone.
There you go. All right, Mr. Queens County, I'm going to compile this video, and that'll be that, man. Thank you very much. Oh, before I close this video, man, besides Mr. Queens County, I want to thank two people, man. I want to thank the Wizard, which is my local tech. I want to thank the Wizard because the Wizard not only did and does my radios, you know, but as you can tell, I can also do my own. But the Wizard took the time to teach me a thing or two, and out of the trades, not too many people like to teach their trade in fear of losing clientele. And Mr. Wizard doesn't have that fear. And when it comes to me, you know, he shouldn't. I got no interest in touching his clientele. The other one I want to thank, the other person, is going to sound strange, guys, but I don't even know that person's name. I truly don't. We are subscribers to one another in the YouTube world and other social media means. I don't know his real name. I will not put that person's handle on blast either. What I will do is, because at one point he had mentioned to me that he has some German blood within his veins there, I will call him the German. And no, it's not the German which my local guys know and hear on the airwaves here in New York. This is a different person. And I want to take the time to thank the German. German, thank you very much for your continued support, your spewing of knowledge, and on the note of spewing for knowledge, for taking the time to really teach me a lot of things that are important, more than just twisting pots, you know. Thank you for taking the time and continuing to take the time to teach me why and what and how. All right, Mr. Queens County, I got a team of guys that I play with, and for those who might wonder, our radio will never leave this this table, this bench, without 3 sets of eyes having taken a look at it. In that fashion, I can more or less guarantee that you'll be very happy. Alright, bye-bye. Oh, one last thing, because no video would be complete without it. 35 lower sideband. Check, 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 check. Audio. Check, 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 check. Audio. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. That's between that and that. I'm keying that radio. Check, 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 check. Oh, check, 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 check. Wow. Oh.